Hi, it's Ben from Vantage Motorhomes. We're here at Somersby Motorhome and Caravan Club site, just outside of Huddersfield in a place called Lepton, a beautiful picturesque site. We've been doing some pictures of the vans that we've got, and we want to take you around a couple of them that we've got here today. So this is the Vantage TEO, 6 metre vehicle on the Fiat Ducato, 4 travelling seats, sleeps 3. So we'll do a little bit of a tour around this van. I'll take you around the outside and then we'll have a look inside. So going around the outside of the van, with all the Vantage models, what we try and do is keep the sliding door side of the vehicle open and free of any hookup cables, toilet outlets, water inlets, all those kind of things. We do those on the driver's side of the vehicle, which means that on this side of the van, when you've got the awning out, the seats outside, it really is a sort of inside-outside space without anything encroaching on that sort of leisure area. So moving around to the back of the van, with all the Vantage models as standard now, they come with the reverse camera and the sensors across the rear as part of the safety features. In the rear of the TEO, we have got a storage area at the back, which goes underneath the bed area. So storage at the rear there, and also the awning handle storage point, which gives great storage area in a small 6 metre van for your chocks, cables, any of your outside bits and pieces. Obviously you can access that from the outside. There is a little hatch that you can get into from the inside, and also when you remove the cushions you can lift the flips up there to gain access from the inside as well if you want to put bigger items in if the weather's not too great. So moving around to the driver's side of the vehicle, this is where we have the amenities. So on this side of the van, at the rear there, we've got the exhaust for the boiler. On this particular model, it's the Truma diesel heater. So we do offer a couple of different options on the heating side of things. Standard now comes with the Truma Neo combi boiler. But if you wanted to go a little bit more off-grid and you wanted to be a little bit more self-sufficient, we can do the diesel heater. So you're not having to use the gas, and you can go completely gasless. This TEO is actually gasless, so we've got an upgrade to the electrical systems on there. 600 amp hours of lithium battery, inverters, diesel boiler, which gives you a lot more off-grid capabilities, along with the 200 watt solar on the roof. So we have the toilet storage area. So this is your standard cassette, which is in there, which has a 19 litre cassette that pulls out. And then you've got your water filler. So you've got the lockable filler cap, which is an open neck filler for filling the underslung tank. And then your mains hook up as well. So hook up on this side. Like I said, it keeps everything on this side of the vehicle. You've also got your drains for your fresh and your wastewater on this side of the vehicle, just underneath the van. Nice and easy to open, and then you've got the option if you wanted to put a hose on there if you're on a site where you've got the grate and things like that. So like I said, this vehicle is gasless, so there's no gas fill-up point. Gas fill-up point would normally be here on the van if you had a gas system. And as we walk around the vehicle then, we'll have a look at the inside. So moving inside the van on the TEO, we've got the front lounge area, which is fantastic for that inside-outside space with the door open, the awning out. Captain seats at the front, which swivel around to give you 2 seating area, and then we've got the bench seat behind us here, which makes for ample seating for 4 people. Table here does have a little flip out on here, which does swivel around, so if somebody's in the passenger seat and wants to sit down to have something to eat, there's plenty of space for 4 people to sit down and have a meal here. It's fantastic space and room. The seating area also does make up to a bed. So for the 3rd bed, you've got the double bed in the rear, and then you've got a 3rd bed up at the front here, which you do offer a couple of different options on that. So you can either have a small sort of 4-foot single bed, which just incorporates this side of the seating, or you can go across the vehicle and it goes to a 6'1" single bed, again incorporating the drop down seat at the front here. So a fantastic space up at the front. As I said, loads of inside-outside space. So if you sat on the site like we are here and you're looking out on that aspect, it gives you that sort of seating area right next to the door. And great storage. So there's storage up at the top here. You've also got main socket and USB sockets down on here. So if somebody's got gadgets or anything they're wanting to charge up, they can do. Same with the seating area at the front. You've got that sort of space here that you can up the flip on the kitchen area, and we'll go through the kitchen area in a moment. And it just gives that sort of real open feel to the kitchen area, and gives you a nice bed makeup as well. So moving on to the kitchen. So with the kitchen area in the TEO, we've got a nice big worktop space on here with the microwave. As I said, this model does have a gasless system, so it does have the induction hob, which we'll show you in a moment. It's quite an ingenious place that we put that. And you've got the microwave underneath. What that enables us to do is give us plenty of storage areas. You've got the drawers. We utilise the space under the sink to make a bit more of a cutlery drawer, which I think is great use of space. A lot of manufacturers just blank those off because there's not much space underneath the sink area, to be able to utilise that space. And then some nice big deep drawers also in here. Sink with a little drainer cover on there and a bowl. Nice big deep sink area. And the new tap for 2026, which just offers that ability to be able to get your kettle under and things like that, a little bit more on there. So you've got your plug sockets, 2 mains plug sockets just up on the top here, and you've also then got storage above in that kitchen area. So again, nice stays, great hinges, and the latches are all metal latches, really solid and hard wearing, really going to last and test the time. So as I said, the storage area around there, you've got your microwave, which is obviously here. And then your nice big drawers underneath. Again, plenty of room for storage in what really is a compact kitchen, but really ample in the storage side of things. To give you that extra preparation area, we've also incorporated a little flip on the side here. So again, for when you're preparing foods to move to the table, you've got areas that you can use on there as well, and which just drops away when you're not using it. Push those in and clips away again. Then the hob, we've pop the hob away here, so push down on this, pulls out, you've got a 2-ring induction hob on there. What that does is gives you the room to cook, as well as having that preparation space. And as you're not cooking all the time in the vehicles, when that's slid away, just pushes down to slide away. The beauty about that is it just gives you that worktop space back again. So also next to us here, we've got the fridge, which is just at the back here. Right next to the kitchen area, which is great. And then below that, again, more storage. Your storage, which can be used as a wardrobe. Table legs are in there as well. You can have that either hanging space like we've got on this one, or you can have it shelved out, whichever you prefer. So moving on from there, we'll have a look in the rear seating area. So in the rear seating area of the TEO, so this U-shaped lounge that we've got here does make up to a 4'6" by 6'1" double bed, sleeping transversely across the van, but gives a nice rear lounge space. So underneath the driver's side in that seat box there is where the boiler is. You've got your gas manifold and the water pump and everything under there, with a little shelf above to give some additional storage. Underneath the seat box I'm sat on here, it does give basically free for storage, so you can put anything you want in there, and then the storage in the rear, as we've already been through. You've got the 2 large windows either side, and then in the rear doors you've got the windows in either door as well, which really does give that sort of multi-aspect view around the back end of the van. In this model we've also got the Hecky 3 roof light, which is the larger roof light, so again that panoramic roof light really letting that light in, and all come with blinds and fly screens in there. So on the cabinets above us we've got the overhead lockers, and again same solid fixings and plenty of space in here for storage, and same at both sides of the vehicle. On this side of the van you've got the Truma control unit for your boiler, your bathroom light switch, and then the aerial booster, which is in that cupboard there. Opposite side is just free for storage, which just gives you plenty of space. Then down here is where you normally put your TV point, so we've already got the positions in here for your cigarette lighter style 12-volt sockets. There's 2 of those, so if you have a sound bar or something like that you can also plug that in, as well as the aerial point, and then there's another couple of USBs on there. What we also do with the TEO and all our models now, in the rear corners underneath these little headrests, there is the USB-Cs, and they're in both rear corners, so ideal for charging phones on a night or plugging iPads in and things like that. So it really does give you different places to plug in where you've not got cables going across the van. So it really does give that sort of different positions where you can pop different bits in. Full LED lights in the van, so the under cabin ones are switched on just the switches here, which do the underneath the lighting, and then all the lighting that's the up lighting on the top of the cabinets are all done on a dimmer switch, so you really can set the lightings how you want it. So you can have these dimmed down with under cabins off or on, or you can turn the top lockers off, and it gives you different sort of really ambiences in the van, depending on what you want to do. If you're reading a book, if you're watching TV, just wanting to sit and relax in the van, you can really set the mood with the lighting on however you want it for for that evening or during the day. And same in the kitchen area, and same up at the front. You've got different areas that you can light in the van, so if somebody's asleep in the back, you don't have to have the whole van lit up if somebody's sat up at the front there, and vice versa. So that's a rear seating area. So we'll move on into the bathroom. So the washroom in the TEO is a full wet room. So we have the Thetford bench seat toilet, and then the separate hand basin, which also has the shower head on there. So that tap acts as a standard tap or pulls up to be a shower head as well. And then you've got the cabinet, which is a very spacious cabinet in there, giving you shelved areas for all your toiletries. And then you have the shower curtain, which runs across the door, really mainly to stop any water coming out into the living area, but really gives you a compact bathroom which has everything you need in there. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. It's been a pleasure running through the TEO with you. If you want any further information, please don't hesitate to contact us by phone or by email, or just go onto the website and hit the chat button. All the details are on the website. We'll look forward to hearing from you soon.